What is nonprofit accountability? It is the obligation to report on organization's activities to a set of legitimate authorities. Wait, legitimate authorities? This definition is incomplete. Let's modify it. The obligation to report to private and institutional donors, local, state, federal agencies, volunteers, program recipients, and public at large. Creating an accountable organization is an ongoing process. Here are the steps towards greater accountability. Step 1. Develop a culture of accountability and transparency. Teach your employees, volunteers, and board members about organization's principles. Rules, standards, practices are far more effective when the people they affect understand them and know why they are important. Oh, by the way, be creative in order to involve everyone in developing a culture of transparency and accountability. Step 2. Adopt Code of Ethics. Code of Ethics, or Code of Conduct, describes the ethical principles that staff, board, and volunteers agree to follow, and includes a statement of values. Code of Ethics should be approved by the Board of Directors and available to the public on the organization's website. Step 3. Adopt a conflict of interest policy. The purpose of a conflict of interest policy is to prohibit employees, board members, and volunteers from personally benefiting at the expense of an organization's interest. A conflict of interest policy should define conflict of interest, specify the persons who will be covered by the policy, require regular disclosure of information related to conflict of interest, and specify procedures for handling potential or actual conflicts of interest when they arise. A sample conflict of interest policy is available on the website of the Internal Revenue Service. Step 4. Ensure that the Board of Directors understands financial responsibilities. The Board has a legal responsibility of ensuring the exclusive and effective use of all assets. As part of this obligation, the Board should review and approve all financial statements for completeness and accuracy. To perform this function, the Board should include individuals with financial literacy. Or adopt other mechanisms for drawing on independent financial expertise. Step 5. Ensure the accuracy of Form 990. The IRS Form 990, Form 990-EZ, and Form 990-PF is one way that organizations share information about their finances and operations with charity regulators and the public. Form 990-PF is the form that all 501c3 private foundations and 4947A1 non-exempt charitable trusts must file. Only those types of exempt organizations use Form 990-PF. Form 990-EZ is the short form for other 990 filers. Exempt nonprofits with incomes between $25,000 and $1 million and total assets of less than $2.5 million may file Form 990-EZ. They are allowed to file Form 990 if they prefer. Form 990 is the long form that other 990 filers with incomes of more than $1 million or assets above $2.5 million must file. Be sure to have your form reviewed by your board, signed by your Chief Executive Officer or Chief Financial Officer, and finally posted on your website. Step 6. Conduct independent financial reviews. Nonprofit organizations need to have independent reviews of their financial procedures, controls, and policies in order to provide strong financial safeguards. There are three kinds of financial reviews. Organizations that are required to file a Form 990 or 990-PF and that have average annual revenues of $1 million or more should have an audit conducted of their financial statements and operations. A non-profit organization may send a request for an audit proposal to several certified public accounting firms that would seem to have the appropriate experience and interest. The final selection of the auditor should be done by the board or audit committee, not by management. An auditor expresses an opinion that the financial statements fairly present activities of the organization in accordance with the general accepted accounting principles. Sarbanes-Oxley requires mandatory rotation of audit partners after 5 years. Organizations that are required to file a Form 990 or 990-PF and that have at least $250,000 and under $1 million in total annual revenues should have their financial statements reviewed by an independent public accountant. A review is less detailed than an audit. The accountant will not express any opinion regarding whether the financial statements are in accordance with general accepted accounting principles. He may comment about the likelihood of misstatement and inadequacies in the financial statements. However, it is not an audit. Organizations with less than $250,000 in annual revenues should consider periodically obtaining a review of financial statements. This type of review is called compilation. Compilation is the most limited of engagements and involves assembling financial statements in good form. It is not an audit. Step 7. Be transparent. Your donors, volunteers, and staff will have much more confidence in your organization's work if they know how you are doing it. Use your website to share documents that provide information about your finances, operations, governance, and impact. What should be on your website? Vision and mission statements, statement of values and code of ethics, conflict of interest policy, Form 990, most recent audited financial statements, information on programs, information on evaluation procedures, annual report or other regular report on accomplishments, information on accreditations, list of board members and officers and staff. If you have security concerns, you may refer inquiries to a general information email. List of contributors. Amounts of contributions should be disclosed only with permission of contributor. Donor requests for anonymity should be honored. Form 1023, the organization's original application for recognition of tax-exempt status, bylaws or charter documents, and other relevant policies and documents. Step 8. Establish and support a policy on reporting suspected misconduct or malfeasance. Each organization needs policies and procedures that encourage individuals to come forward as soon as possible with credible information on illegal practices or violations of adopted policies. Sarbanes-Oxley Act requires all entities, including non-profit organizations, to protect whistleblowers and levies criminal penalties for actions taken in retaliation against whistleblowers. These are 8 steps for greater accountability of non-profit organizations. Adapt them to fit your unique circumstances. Good luck!